camera head's £10. Welcome to the Tintean Podcast. My name is Dermot, and I'm joined by the one and only Frank McNamara.
Thank you, Dermot. Thank you.
We are after watching a wonderful show. We're absolutely delighted to have you on our stage. So how are you feeling now?
It's a great pleasure to be here. It's a lovely room to play in. It's a really super venue. Never played here before. It was lovely sound and a very even sound in the room. It's an excellent room. The acoustics are brilliant, and obviously well designed, and it was great. And it's one of my favorite shows to do. It's our slightly crystal version of our Irish classics by candlelight show, and it's one of my favorite shows because it's quite, it's not as regimented as a lot of the other shows I do, like classical shows like Chopin or Mozart, which I love, but I like the bit of freedom too occasionally,
Yes.
and the Irish music and all of that.
Well, you get a great connection from people by playing local music.
Yes, oh yeah.
And actually, I thought that was very interesting. You say you do that everywhere. You find out where people are from and do local.
Yes, and I just hope and pray that they won't be from a county that doesn't have a song, or that I know the song. I know one from Kilkenny, Cork, Wexford, Waterford. I don't think I have a song for Waterford. So you're on your skate now. I'm going to turn up. You're going to say Waterford, yeah. And Leitrim, I think there's a lovely Leitrim song. But the only thing is, the good thing about that is most people don't know it. So you could pretend you're playing Loves and Leitrim, no, they wouldn't know. Just, look like you know what you're doing. That's the secret, really.
Fake it till you make it. That's how I'm hearing now.
Absolutely.
So you were coming here in support of my van parish. So how did that happen?
Well, a very good friend of mine, a colleague back in my Late Show days. In fact, the person who hired me to go on the Late many, many years ago in 1979, I was 19 years of age, and Maura Connolly hired me to be the musical director of the Late, and she was a good friend of Father Kevin McNamara, who was sadly no relation of mine, but we became very, very close. And when I was sick, Maura asked him to pray for me, and he said mass to me every day while I was sick. So I had COVID first, and then long COVID, nearly died with COVID. I was in hospital for over 2 weeks, and then I got out. They told me I had emphysema as well, which was, just sort of going through the encyclopedia of disease. And then I was diagnosed with esophageal cancer. That's when I changed my name to Lucky, because that all happened in 1 year. And so I had chemo for 3 months, or 8 weeks, I should say. And then I had the operation. They removed part of my stomach and most of my esophagus. So my stomach is now up here in my chest. And my heart is in my mouth, and I don't know my arse from my elbow. But it has its challenges, but at least it's not cancer. That was 4 years ago, but I'm still cancer free after 4 years, so I'm delighted with that. So that's the result. That's one of the first things I did when I was diagnosed. And we all do it, we shouldn't do it. We all do it. The first thing you do is you get a diagnosis like that, but by the sound of it doesn't sound good. And like the tumor that they found was 8.5 centimeters. It was huge. It was bigger than a tennis ball. A tennis ball is 6.5, and this was 2 centimeters in diameter, bigger than a tennis ball. And it was so big they couldn't get the camera down. When you get the endoscopy, the camera is going down. And they couldn't even get a pediatric one, the one that they use on babies. Couldn't even get that to go down. But it was absolutely huge. So I Googled survival rate of esophageal cancer, and the survival rate is less than 5%. So I thought, okay. So what I do in anytime something bad has happened in my life, I think about the worst thing that could happen. Whatever's the worst scenario, I embrace that, and I deal with it. How will I deal with that? So obviously the worst thing is you're going to die.
Yeah.
So, okay, I'm going to die. I'm ready to die. That sounds pretty morbid. It's not meant to be. It's actually quite positive, you know. So then if you don't die, everything is a bonus. You know? So it's not great for the people left behind if you die, but you know, if you're
It sounds like that, like if you can actually say that you're satisfied in the life you've lived, and that you lived the life you wanted to, and that you can go out with no.
do you know, it's funny you say that. I probably didn't, but cancer was great for me because it focused me on what I should be doing. Because I'm a very creative person, and one of the I suppose the drawbacks of being creative is that you're all over the place.
Yes.
So I was doing. I came up with. I devised the world's first system of teaching people by text message, called SMS Tutor, and I was doing that for a few years, and I should have been playing the piano.
Yeah.
Seriously, you know. So when I got cancer, and then when I survived that, it's all right. Now, whatever time I've left, I'm going to do what I was put on this earth to do. I'm going to write music, and I'm going to play music. And that's what I've been doing there ever since, you know. And I started practicing again. I hadn't been practicing for years, and I did, while I was doing chemotherapy, I learned a really difficult Liszt piece called Mephisto Waltz. It was number one. It's a very, very hard piece. And I said, if we're going to play this, then I'll go back and do concerts. And I did the Apple and the Tree series with my son, JJ, who's a fantastic pianist. So when people hear him play, they'd always say, oh, the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. So I said to JJ, why don't we do the Apple and the Tree tour? So I was obviously the tree. And so
Sunday, you realize you're the tree and not the apple.
exactly. So, you know, I do a Beethoven sonata. He does a Beethoven sonata. I do a Chopin ballade. He does a Chopin ballade. I do a big Liszt piece. He does a big Liszt piece. And then we finish with a piece the two of us played together on one piano. And it was great. It went down very well. And then I started doing the candlelight concerts. I did Chopin by candlelight, Mozart by candlelight. And then I did Coldplay. And that was fantastic, phenomenal audiences for that. Unfortunately, people don't feel as strongly about Chopin as they do about Coldplay, but you know, it's still great music, and I enjoy doing it. And we're doing now, we have a new show starting in the next couple of weeks, The Piano Man by candlelight. It's the music of Elton John and Billy Joel. We also have an Oasis concert, which we're doing. The first one of them is next Saturday. And we have a Queen concert coming up as well. We're doing the first one of those in Inverness on Valentine's Day in Scotland, in the Highlands of Scotland.
Wow.
But all of that's because I had cancer.
Yeah.
So that's the, you know, when people get cancer, you know, it's not the end of your life, you know. Sometimes it can be the beginning of your life, you know, of a new life and a new lease of life. And some ready to start to ring me there now. Sorry, I just turned my thumb off.
Yeah, so it's I what I'm hearing is this amazing drive to keep doing more, because like you put together a show like the show we saw tonight. You could just keep playing that. People wouldn't get sick of it. But you have the drive to keep making more shows and keep changing, you know.
Yes, yeah. I'm always interested in the next thing, you know. What's the next thing? And I love all the shows that we do. There's great variety. Like this week alone. So we have the Irish and Christmas Irish show tonight, tomorrow night, and the next night we're doing our other Christmas show, which is similar to this, but it doesn't have Anne Phelan in it. It has Patrick Rafter, and it's more classical. And that's in Muckers Park in Killarney. Doing that for 2 nights. Then we're doing ABBA in Bantry, in the Maritime in Bantry on Wednesday. Then on Thursday we're over in Carrigaline. Forget the name of the hotel there. The Walter Raleigh Hotel. Is that in Carrigaline or is that Youghal? No, that's Youghal. That's on the 19th of December. Anyway, they're all in the ball.
All can be found online.
Exactly. So that's a different. The one on Thursday, I'm not sure. That's ABBA as well, and And then Friday I'm home, and then Saturday we do the Oasis concert in the K Club.
Brilliant. And do all the concerts incorporate dancing, or is that just
That's just this one. That's just this one. And we have normally it's piano and string quartet. That's the kind of standard format. There are a lot of candlelight concerts in Cork and Limerick and Dublin and Waterford, just with string quartet. But the addition of piano makes a huge difference. I think it just fills it out, much bigger sound.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's great. It was great to have the singing as well tonight. Is that
Yeah. Mostly it's most of the shows. We had a Disney by candlelight as well. We did that in Tralee actually. It's mostly. So Mairead is ringing me here. Mairead, I'm just doing a podcast here with the lads. I'll be with you in 2 seconds. I give out about people leaving their phones on in the concerts. I usually wind them up about, but she rang me about 10 times there, so I said I have to ring. But yeah. So what was I saying there now? Oh, the singing, yeah. We did a Disney by candlelight, and that was all singing. And this one has singing, and the other Christmas show has singing. But that's so far all. The rest are all instrumental, But as one woman said to me, she was coming into an ABBA concert, and she said, "Are there any singers?" I said, "Yes." She said, "Oh, who's singing?" I said, "There's about 275 of them." I said, "Oh, it's a big choir." I said, "Yeah." I said, "What are they called?" I said, "The audience." And it's great people, but they just sing. They love singing themselves, and with a nice arrangement and nice backing, with the string quartet and the piano, and they sing away and they have great crack. And I love, the bit of crack as well,
Yeah, you get a really good atmosphere. Yes, within the crowds take over.
Absolutely.
Well, judging by the amount of calls you're getting, I think you've been generous enough with your time. Thank you so much for sitting down with us. I would love to see you again here in Mighty Bay.
Please God. Okay. Thank you.